Shalom, shalom. This is New Yesh from Israel, Hebrew Island 2. Today's video is they know who the real Shemites are in the world. Listen, the last video I just made about Negroes equal the $20 bill, I had a troll come on immediately. And you know, it's a heathen. And they were like, they sent me something nasty. They sent me, yo, it was like 20 seconds after the video uploaded, they sent it to me crazy. I gave them a few choice words though. One of my other subscribers gave him some choice words. Like the truth is, they're allergic to the truth. It's real itchy. They're not down to hear the truth. Because the truth is not in them. When they come out of their mother's womb, they come out lying, cheating, and all that stuff like that. Listen, they know that we are the Shemites in the world. We're the real Shemites in the world. They know. The powers that be that control everything. I don't need to mention this, that. You know who exactly what I'm talking about. This is 2020. July 2020, you know exactly who I'm talking about, what I'm talking about. The majority of you that have gotten the memo. Joseph, how you doing? Que lo que? That's in Spanish for what's up, in slang, Dominican Spanish. Listen, they are truly wicked. Did you see my video that Negroes equal to $20? Did you see that? Tell me. I'm watching. I'm waiting for your response. Joseph, did you watch that? Because I know it says they are truly wicked. And you know yes, you know they are. You know I ain't making it up. You know what? Some people called me. And they were like, I don't see it. I don't see it. Because you don't want to see it. Open that. When you get it, well, you can't do it on YouTube. But anyway, it was clear on YouTube on my video. On my phone, all you have to do is, when you get the picture come, you just open it up. You see a black guy with a white shirt, and he has suspenders on. That's what they used to wear back in the day. And all those things that look like bushes are really people going, yay, hang that nigga. Yo, listen, America is beyond wicked. I've been telling you guys that from the beginning of my channel. Not just this channel. When I was a Messianic Hebrew, I was telling you, it's Ezekiel 7. It's Ezekiel 7. And Moses said, I'm going to bring the worst of the heathens, and they're going to possess your house. And if they possess your house, if they're the worst of the heathen, you know they're going to do the worst of things to you. And they're evident. How you doing, brother? Rebecca, let me see what you're saying. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Right? I don't get a lot of the comments. You know, this, and I just told Joseph that some troll Gentile, when I uploaded that last video about the $20 bill, he came out. Once I uploaded, he was on my channel in 20 seconds, leaving crazy comments. I told him, I smell troll. I smell you heathens. Psalm 79, prayed all the time. Pour your wrath upon the heathens, for they have not known you. Listen, I'm going to be making I pray to the Most High, to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, found in Exodus 3:14. When I said, I am that I am. And I'm going to make a powerful video. It's coming. It's going to be like a Tensy type of video. All right. I got the title, basically. I got kind of the format of how I'm going to write it and stuff like that. This is not that video, okay? I wasn't even going to do a video today, but I must tell you, this channel is for us to convocate because we're all separate. They want us, a house divided will fall. That's what they want. They don't want us convocated. That's why for anybody that comes on this channel, anybody just viewing it, say, oh, you're talking too much, or you get to the point, scram, beat it. I don't need you on this channel. Go somewhere else. We don't need you. You're a part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. For you that have that mentality, that got ADD, Can't watch. How many hour videos have I made? I got 20-minute videos, 10-minute videos, 5-minute videos, a few hour videos. Yeah, but that's not a lot. You have ADD, you're scratching and shit because you feel I'm talking too much because your ears can't stand to hear the words of the Most High. I'm not talking about, they're not my words. I read the script when I make videos. Some videos like this is not, I'm not reading scripts, and like that $20 bill, I'm just showing stuff to the brethren because this is also another way we convocate. Listen, Rebecca, I know you know this. They know who the real Shemites are in the world. They know. Powers that be know. And I'm going to show it to you right now on my phone. They know. And I'm not going to show you the real news footage of it because you know that the devil will be the devil. He's cutting that shit up, that clip up where he's saying that this guy just said this, he was wrong, it was anti-Semitic, blah, 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 blah. He said those. Nah, they cut it up. They cut it. So you won't hear the whole thing. Where the whole thing is telling you, telling the world, telling the world of that guy's show who has a big following, that the Negro type people, the melanated people, are the real Shemites. They cut that from the traditional news. They just said, oh, he said this, he did this, he didn't make an apology, blah, blah, blah. But they're the devil. I'm telling you, we can't go to them. Unlearn everything that they told you. Unlearn it. You see, I can't even post information for people. We all learn from each other. That's how we have to learn. Rebecca, you're correct. We're learning from each other. That's why I'm making this video. I made two today. I made the first one about the $20 bill, and I'm making this one. Because this is how we grow. You can't go to your enemy for him to tell you anything good. Listen, if he enslaved you, he treats you like an animal, do you really believe that he's going to tell you true things in the books that he gives you? You think he's going to tell you the true things from the news reports that you're going to be getting from him? Come on, guys, wake up, smell the coffee. This guy is the master deceiver. It's one of the many of his main titles. He's not going to give you true information. He's going to snip and cut and paste different shit to have your mind go in a different direction. Okay? But we here at Hebrew on the Island 2, we got the right information. We got the memos. Let's stay together. We're going to build. We're going to grow. That next video is out. I'm going to have to put some disclaimers in it because, they could try to turn it around and go, hey, he's promoting. I'm not promoting nothing. And the heathens, your fight is with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the one that created you, created this flat earth that you're standing on and the air that you're breathing and the food that you're eating. You have to fight with him. He just decrees things in his word that I happen to know about, that I happen to read, that a lot of our people don't read because they're too busy watching Netflix and playing Madden 2 on PlayStation and stuff. But not here at Hebrew on the Island 2. I don't do that. I don't play video games. See this pool table behind me? I don't use it. I know how to play pool, but I don't use it. It's for decorative purposes. Always wanted a pool table in one of my houses that I had in my life. So I got a pool table. I'm playing games. I do other things like that's what I do. And I do some other things that I'm not going to say because I don't want you to know what I do. I'm into stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? I spend my time doing that, studying and reading the Torah and the Tanakh. That's what I do. I.S.U.P.K has spotted off doing his podcast as well. Yep, I'm talking about Nick Cannon. And I want to show you. I don't know if you saw that one. They have a lot of these clips about him, but I feel this is the best one because when you look at the clips, they're cutting and pasting them clips because when they're showing it to the mainstream on the world, they don't want that other stuff he said because then it can ignite something in the minds of the slaves in their mind, which is us. They ain't having that. So they're gonna cut and paste. They're gonna cut and paste the video to where it's just weak, watered down. So you just get a little idea of, okay, Nick Cannon did something, said something, he was wrong, it was and he needs to apologize. He has low level information where he's getting it, so he don't know what he's talking about, whatever, all that bullshit. And then, he's gonna fold probably because he's already started folding already. All of them fold. That's why the movie stars, the sports stars, the movie stars, the music stars, and all the political leaders, the rich people, they're not your leaders. They are for this Luciferian society. And even if they get a whiff of the truth, they're going to curl tail and run the other way when the heat and the smoke comes to them. Because what's more important than that information, even though they're trying to make you perceive what they're saying is real important to them, and it's just like it's the bread and butter of me. No, it's not. The dollar bill is the bread and butter. And I'm not talking about that $20 bill that has a black slave or black guy hanging. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about their big money, like in the millions and billions. They're already apologizing. They're not your leaders. Christianity is not your leader. Christians are not your leaders. Regular Negroes are not your leaders. Militia guys that are not your leaders, that are talking about the cross and Jesus, and Messianic Hebrews are not your leaders, and even some Torah Tanakh Israelites that are not your leaders. And those ones are the ones that say, let's teach these heathens stuff, let's bring them in. Come on, let bygones be. Those are not your leaders. Your leaders are the ones who ain't having it, who's sticking to the script. So let me show you. Sharon, how you doing? Did you see my $20? I'm going to wait before I start this. Sharon, did you see my $20 Negroes equal $20? Did you watch that? Tell me. I'm waiting for your response. Sharon Washington. Did you watch the video that I uploaded today? And it's not like a total Tanakh video. It's a video to inspire, enlighten, inform the brothers and the sisters of something that they may not have known. Tell me, Sharon. Okay, yes, you did. Okay, so you're in on it. Okay. When this video is done, which will be done shortly, watch that one. And you guys will like to see this video that I'm in the process of writing, because I write most of my videos because they're my notes. I'm sharing my notes with you. These are all my videos are my notes, except for the $20 bills and little short ones like this. Those are not my notes. But all the rest of them are my notes, because I don't just do the video and then forget about it. No, I study each notebook. I try to get through each notebook each day. It's hard for me sometimes because I'm human, but I try my best to finish one notebook, and one notebook is filled to the brim of Torah and Tanakh stuff. And I try to do that. So I'm glad, Sharon, you watch it. I just want all you guys to know that are watching this live stream, I pray for you guys every day. The new Yeshurun Israel prays for you every day. Sharon knows me by another name, but we ain't going there. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, wait. I love the channel. I'm always edified. That's good. I'm edified. Listen, you don't know. I enjoy. You know why? Because we don't convocate. They don't want us together. A house divided can't stand. And they know that. That's why you got all this entertainment on your television when you get to your house, the internet, your phones, stress with work, trying to make money, Corona-19. And where I live at, they want to start that shit up again. But they want to even make it worse. They want to make it 24 hours. They're voting on it Friday. I'm telling you, this thing is going. I pray, because I pray every day, that the Most High, it says in Isaiah 62, it says he put, I'm pretty sure it's Isaiah 60, because I got a lot of verses in my head, but I'm pretty sure it's Isaiah 62. And I'll paraphrase it. It says, he put watchmen on the wall of Jerusalem, of Israel, no, of Zion, not to be silent day nor night. And then we are to pray and ask the Most High to make Israel renowned in the earth again. Well, the only way Israel is going to be renowned in the earth if the Most High gets rid of these heathens. Psalm 79. Pour your wrath upon the heathens, for they have not known you. I pray that every day. Pour your wrath upon the heathens. Psalm 79. Pour your wrath upon the heathens, because they have not known you, and they don't know him. Psalm 147, he said he gave his word to Jacob, his statutes and judgments unto Israel. He has not dealt so with any other nations, for his judgments they don't know. So Psalm 79 is right in the court. Pour your wrath upon the heathens, for they have not known you. And they only been demons in this world. It's not because I want them to be demons. People on my live chat, they're demons. Their actions show it. And you know it's true. Nick Cannon, yeah, he's authorized opposition. He's a puppet. Correct. I'm going to show it to you. When you see these guys out and they let them do little things, they're making examples to the rest, showing them, the rich people, that, hey, if you're going to speak up, we're going to cut your wings. He wants his money. That's why he's already turned Colton already. That's why, what's that, the Egyptology guys and these guys over there and these guys over Hebrews, Torah and Tanakh. I specify, that's why I specify, this is a channel, this is a Torah and Tanakh channel. We roll with only one creator, one savior, one redeemer, one power. And that's the Most High. That's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in Exodus 3:14. There's no other savior. Anybody saying anything else outside of what I just said is abominable. I'm not down with them. We should not be down with them. They're not our leaders. They're going to bring us to the burning house. Like MLK said at the end of his life, he said, you know what I did? I think I brought the people to a burning house. Yeah, you did. Because that MLK dream of let's walk hand in hand, let the little white girl hold her hand in the park, little white boy. Nah. You can't have the enemy, your adversaries, policing you. Because this world is an example of what will happen to you. They'll tell you, put your hands on the steering wheel, and I'll turn off the car, go get your insurance card. Once you take your hands off, oh, I thought he had a gun. Pow, 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 and you're dead. You can't have your enemies policing you. You can't have your adversaries, Most High's adversaries, being your actual neighbor next door. The Most High tells us in Leviticus, in the law, listen, if you want to know anything, learn the first 5 books. And guess what? There wouldn't even be no prophet writings, which is called the Nevi'im. There wouldn't even be any writings, Old Testament writings, called the Ketuvim, if the people just kept the law, which is called Torah. But Israel has hard nuggets, coconuts, since I'm on an island, hard coconuts. They have to be reminded, wake up, get the memo. There's no fake Jesus. There's no New Testament. Apocrypha's fake. Forget about all those other books. You can't even deal with the first 5 books. Why you want to tell me about Enoch and Jubilees and this and that? You haven't practiced the law yet. Coming here, we're talking about Enoch and all this stuff like that. He died like everybody else. You wouldn't know that because you don't know to put precept with precept, line upon line, and here a little, there a little. You don't know none of that stuff. So anyway, and Sharon, I got this thing on my head because my hair's not braided. And my hair really looks like George Jefferson. I have a little hair here. It's curled back. I use ginger oil on my hair. I didn't have like no hair here and here. Now it started to grow back. And I don't want to get a bald head because you're not supposed to shave your hair bald. I don't want. My hair is very long. Like it's long. It goes out to here. It's packed down, but over here I got a little problem. So when my hair is not braided, I have to wear this cap because I don't want. I'll distract you guys. I'll be trying to talk on here, but and Leviticus over here, and you guys' eyes would be laser focused on the top of my head. And I don't want to do that to you guys. I want you guys to listen and enjoy. But when I get my braids, I look cool. don't get it twisted. Anyway, listen, let me give me 1 second. Let me get to the video. I want to just, before I close, I want to make sure I respond. I want to be a good warrior, a good teacher on YouTube. Hold on, let me check these comments out. Hold on. Bear with me. Yes. Okay. I'm glad you went, Sharon, to get a $20 bill. I don't have one. I got to get my son or my sister or you to send me a $20 bill to the Dominican Republic because I want one for my notes that I can put in my notes. You know what I'm saying? Because I have pesos. Okay, hold on. All right, Nick Cannon is saying he's a puppet. Russia is going to attack Israel, and it's on Armageddon. Well, hey, we need it. Listen, Rebecca, you got Russia is going to attack Israel. Like, I don't keep up with all the news. I don't. I like to stay kind of away from all of it. But something that really interests me, I'm going to bring it and share it with you. But I want you guys to share stuff with me because I don't know everything. If Russia is, that's good. Anyway, listen, guys. Do you really think somebody that hates you so much is going to put something true in a book to give you to read? Or they're going to put something true on the news so you can hear? Somebody that really hates you is not going to tell you the truth. The old world is the Western Hemisphere. The maps are wrong. They switched everything. They did a shell game. One of their main goals of their life existence is to hide the fact that you're the true physical, only Shemite, only Israelites. So they got the fake desert amusement park, Egypt and Israel in the east. They said that's the real biblical lands. No, it's not. The west is the old world where Christopher Columbus came with a Hebrew translator. The North America, South America, Canada, America, South America, Mexico, Peru, Brazil, all the Caribbeans, all that. That's the land flowing with milk and honey. That's where all the pyramids are at. They never tell you that. They never tell you all the Egyptian artifacts. The more Egyptian artifacts are found here in the Americas and down the Caribbean and all over in Peru and all these crazy places. That's where the land flowing with milk and honey. They lie to you. You're going to believe anything they say? So if Russia wants to fight them over there and blow up the desert over there, that's them. Nothing to do with us. Remember, let's deal with our business. Let's get united. Let's deal with us. Let's work together so that the Most High can look at us as a group and say, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm going to do an Exodus 3, which means I'm going to go down because I see the demonic, demon, animalistic taskmasters of the Israelites, because this is the new Egypt or Babylon, and I'm going to come down and rescue them. We got to get right. And that goes for me too. That goes for me too. We got to get right. We need to be rescued. We need a rescue mission. And we can't do it ourselves. But that new video I'm going to make, it's going to be, you're going to enjoy it. May make some of you go, ooh, let me take my name off of the news Hebrew Island channel because I don't be connected with it. I don't want to be sucked in like a vacuum. Now, believe me, I'm not crazy, but I'm going to tell you the truth with some stuff. You're going to enjoy this video that is coming. I don't know how to make the previews and tell you. I'm previewing right now, telling you there's a video coming out that's may make you squeamish inside a little bit. Like, who's a new Yeshua Israel? Never saw him a day of my life. Never heard not one of his videos. What are you talking about? I don't know that guy. What's your angle? I'll buy that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be scared. But I'm gonna do the video anyway. But don't worry. Don't worry. It's not gonna be that bad. Hold on, wait, I'm almost finished these. Good. I'm glad sharing you about Torah and Tanakh. Yeah, listen, Rebecca, it's real simple. That's why, I tell this one subscriber that she asked me a lot of questions, and I love to tell her stuff. I love to tell her stuff and try to instruct her, even on a personal level. And I tell her, like, don't watch them other channels. If you want to watch like me, and I don't even watch because I get so sick. You listen to the Messianic Hebrews, in 2 seconds of their video, they're talking about Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's blasphemy to the Most High, to your power. I get angry. When I was a Messianic Hebrew, or when I first became a Torah and Tanakh Israelite, I can listen to it. And I only really listen to it for comedic, and I like how they bash the heathen. So that's kind of what kept me watching and stuff. But I started feeling itchy when they were like, pray in the name of Yahweh by Hashem. Stop that shit. That's what got us into this predicament right now. Calling on another power, having another power. First commandment, have no other God before him. Second commandment, do not make any graven images, things in the heavens and the earth and underneath the earth. Do not take his name in vain. Messianic Hebrews, you Negro Christians, can't even get out of the first 3 commandments. Don't worry about having beards, and my beard don't even grow in good, but I don't care. I'm still keep it. I don't care if people don't like it. Beards and tassels and all that. You didn't even get out of the first 3 commandments. They don't know the scriptures. You know what I hit these guys with? I hit these guys with this. Who was heavyweight ranking and news? Oh, what's up, heavyweight? I love boxing. I love my boxing. Let me show you. I know how to put it together, nigga. I was like, wow, whoa, wow. I love it. I love boxing. I don't know who you are. Hopefully you're not a troll, Mr. Ubanus, heavyweight ranking and news. I love boxing. I sparred, a week ago. 55. Yeah. You know why I spar? Because I don't want no young heathen talking back down to me. You know what I'm saying? And they like to beat up old black men. They like killing young black men. But they're like a beat down, but they ain't getting a beat down right here. I ain't having it. So anyway, listen, I'm sorry we're going off, but remember, we're convocated. We're Israelites. The one Israelite woman that I speak to, she says, I like coming on your show because I don't know no other Hebrew Israelites. And listen, don't take that Hebrew Israelite thing lightly. You can say, oh, yeah, there's a lot. I ain't talking about Messianic Hebrew Israelites. Those are chocolate-covered Christians. They have another God called Jesus or Black Yahweh. They got water baptism, Trinity, a whole bunch of other shit. I don't consider them Israelites. They're physical Israelites, but those are the Israelites. What is that in, I think, Isaiah 66? And I'm not saying they eat pork. I'm just making an analogy. I think it's Isaiah 66. I got a lot of verses in my head. It says, for the ones that go in the garden behind the trees and eat the swine flesh and the mouse, you will be consumed together. They go in the garden behind the trees and worship Jesus. I gave you an analogy. It's abominable. So I don't consider them. So when I say Torah and Tanakh-based Israelites, there's not a lot. That's why my channel, I got 557 subscribers, and all of them don't watch. They just once in a while watch, maybe 200, maybe. I got some videos with 300 at one video or whatever, but it's because it's the 1/3. The majority are Messianic and Negroes. You should know this. It's in the scriptures. Zechariah 13. 2/3 are going to be destroyed. 1/3 is going to put through the fire, test you. So chocolate covered. Yep, chocolate covered Christians, Sharon. Chocolate. Yeah, Jeremiah 6:16. Ask for the old path, which is the good way, and walk therein. I say these. Listen, we're getting off it, but listen, we're complicated. I was like, you freaking Messianic Hebrews. I heard one of these fake Messianic, chocolate covered Christian Messianic Hebrews say, as for the old, I said, oh, Junk, he's mentioning Jeremiah 6:16. As for the old path, which is a good way, and he said, yeah, we got to get back to our old traditions and stuff. No, nigga, the old path King David was on, that Moses was on, that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was on, that Caleb was on, that Joshua was on, which is fear the Most High. The conclusion of the whole matter, the sole purpose of man is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. There's nothing else. But these chocolate-covered Christian Messianic Hebrews, Yahweh by Hashem, you niggas. So, let us stay on the old path. Uber is heavyweight. Let me see what he's saying. I don't know. Yes, let me see in news. Yeah, the New Testament is written by the I.S.U.P. family, combine Jesus with the Torah. Okay, then you on point then if you say that. And that Apocrypha, believe you me, they say the 400 years that fake Jewish or the real Hebrew history is missing, that's where you get the Apocrypha. They made that Apocrypha too. I can't find the verse now, but it's in there. I think it's in the Ezra's, first and second Ezra or something like that. I'm going to find it one day. I don't bother going too deep in it because the Most High says in Jeremiah 7 and Jeremiah 14, he says, don't pray for them. He says, I'm not going to hear you. So why am I going to debate with them so much and try to convince them? Believe me, nobody can say, well, you guys don't know, but I've talked to almost every major camp that you know. The major ones, not the little offshoots, the major ones. And they send me emails back, brother, if you, I don't even know, the one in the IUIC, the head guy, he sent me an email back, he said, Mr. whatever, new, whatever, if you seem like you know what you're talking about, or you got a lot of information, start your own camp, get on the corner, don't tell me what to do. You look like you have a lot of information, start your own camp. You can't convince these niggas, these Negroes. You can't convince them. I.S.U.P.K. all of them. I talked to them guys. And they had a smart A response. Well, the Apocrypha, if you want, not now because I'm writing my next video that should come out in a couple of days. I'm going to find that. It's either in Ezra's or something. See, what you guys can't get fooled by, it's not just because they're 501c3, you can't get fooled by it, is that the devil, he mixes truth with lies, and that's what you don't get. And since you're not, I'm not talking about you because I don't know you or any of you guys. I know a lot of you guys in here, but I'm not saying none of you guys don't read thoroughly and in depth. Like some of the guys told me, some other guys that are on this channel right now, there's other Torah and Tanakh based Israelites. Like, you're not the only one. And what I said, I never said I was the only one. But I'm telling you, there's only a handful of us on YouTube. The rest of them are Messianic. Those are chocolate covered Christians. They have a Jesus and a cross and baptism and a whole bunch of other lies. Okay? Tear them up in a second. They still won't know what I'm talking about. I just go in the Old Testament and attack their Psalm 22, Psalm 110, Psalm 34, and on all their bread and butter. Jesus is not in the New Testament. Jesus is an idol. That's why they're confounded. So, I try to talk to them guys. They don't want to hear it. So they were telling me, these other Torah and Tanakh-based Israelites, guess what? If you watch them for 5 minutes, yeah. You watch them for 10 minutes. They sound good and they're right on. And watch a bunch of their videos. And after you watch a bunch of them, then they're going to be saying, this Gentile over here, we could teach him and he can be here and all that. What the hell are you talking about? The Most High doesn't change. He decreed what he's going to do to the heathens. He says he's going to deal with them. In Jeremiah 51, he said he's going to deal with them. He's the Elohim of justice. And there's no justice on the earth. You can have your neighbor, one guy, Joey, that's great, and Peter and Joel and whatever those guy heathens' names are. You can Oh, he's okay. The rest of them are the devils. And since there's only 1 or 2 or 10 of them, no need to talk about them. They all are no good. That's how you could just sum it up. Let's get right to the point. Like that guy said to me, get right to the point. Get right. They all is just there's too many no good nicks in the heathens to say that 1 little percent is good. So if you got Israelites saying, yeah, we can teach the heathens, they can be with us. No, what? Did you read the law in Leviticus 20? He said he severed us from all the people. He separated us from all the people unto himself, because we're the kingdom of priests unto him. We can't be, when you read Haggai, it tells you that we're defiled. So why would you want him? And Ezekiel, the major prophet, tells you in Ezekiel 44, he tells you, and listen, this video is not even about what we're talking about, but we're convocating. So you just stand still, stand at ease. For you guys that can't take it, scram, beat it. We're convocating. I'll get to the video as soon as I'm done with this. In Ezekiel 44, he tells you, do not bring the stranger into the sanctuary to defile it, who is uncircumcised in heart and in flesh. So what are you talking about? We could teach them and bring them in. Psalm 50:15 says why are they even muttering and talking, having his words, his law in his mouth? He's talking about our wicked people, but he's talking about the heathens. So is that somebody that you could, this is a real strong moray here, or instructor, or whatever, or somebody I can learn something from, if he's bringing you the enemy? He's bringing the enemy into your own house. That's what Martin Luther King said at the end. I don't go for nothing, he said. But he said at the end, he said, I think I brought the Negroes into a burning building. Duh. Why would you want to sit on the same toilet as these beasts of the field? Share their water fountain. Sit next to them on the bus. They hate your guts. Why would you want to eat in their restaurants? They're probably spitting in your food. In a college, there was a college thing, I'm pretty sure some of you guys heard it. There was a black Negro lady in college, and she was rooming with a heathen. And when she was out, she would go in her refrigerator, take her Kotex that she just finished using, and wash it around, smear it around in her food, things that she had in her refrigerator. And then later on, that little girl would be getting a little sick or whatever. Then I got her when she put a camera in the room with her. She found out what she was doing, and that girl got thrown out of the college or whatever. I don't know if you guys heard about that. But I ain't shocked by that. I think I'm shocked by that? Because I know who I'm dealing with. Do you know who you're dealing with? They're the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's what they are. Devil that the Bible speaks of. So, let me get back before I go off on another tangent. But, listen, you ain't hearing this type of talk. Sharon, Ubanus, heavyweight ranking, Habakkuk, if you're still in the room, Joseph, if you're still in the room. Who's talking to you like this? Ascar, is your somebody in your family that lives in your house, your wife, your husband, your fiance, your kids, your aunt, your co-worker, are they talking like how we talking? No. So enjoy the convocation. You can't get people to want to talk about Tanakh, the law. Why are you antsy? Why are you anxious? Oh, when is it going to be done? Scram. This is the problem we have with Israel. You want to concentrate on everything else and everybody else and not clean our house, build our house, build the right foundation for our house. And the only way we can start building a right, strong foundation is if we know our script. How are we going to know our script? If we read it, study it, and talk about it amongst each other, throw it around. What I'm doing is I'm throwing this stuff around at you. And when you're writing me and sending comments, you're throwing it back at me. Stop thinking that, what are you doing? Why are you taking so long? Or are you almost finished? Scram! This is the problem with Israel. So anyway, see what's sharing. A couple of years ago, I attended a Hebrew Israelite congregation, and my sisters that were married to heathens in the congregation. Yeah, that's right. I wonder if those men who have children of other nations are they no more like Israel? Well, this is what I'm going to tell you. Now, look at, like I said, we all have to throw things around. You're not going to agree probably with everything that I believe. And I'm going to tell you, I only believe the stuff from the scriptures. But there's some stuff that maybe you won't agree with or whatever that I will. I can tell you right now, Hebrew on the Island to Akstar, I want to tell you some things. Here at Hebrew on the Island 2 channel, I believe that there's only one Elohim, one power, one God. That's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in Exodus 3:14. He tells us in Isaiah 43, he chose to blot out our transgressions for his sake. And he created all things. In Isaiah 44, he said he's the redeemer. No. Isaiah 43, he said, I chose to blot out your sins, your transgressions for my sake. And then he said, beside me, there's no savior in Isaiah 43. Isaiah 44, he says he's the redeemer. He created all things. Isaiah 45, he says he's the just Elohim. He's the savior. Isaiah 49, Isaiah 60, Jeremiah 30, he tells you he's the savior. So here at Hebrew on the Island 2, it's evident. It's evident. The Most High is alone. He says in Deuteronomy 32, the problem is you don't study the law. Like I told the people before probably you came in here, there would not even be the book of the prophets called the Nevi'im in the Tanakh, or the writings called the Ketuvim, if Israel only kept the law. Because there was no Nevi'im or Ketuvim when Moses, Noah, Abraham, Joshua, Caleb, King David was walking around. So he tells us in the law in Deuteronomy 32, he said, I guided him, and the him is the Israel. He prefaced Israel sometimes in certain places, him or her. Deuteronomy 32, the him is Israel. He said, I guided him alone, and there was no strange gods with me. But Messianic Hebrews, chocolate-covered Christians say, no. Jesus, Yahushua helped them and did it all and was commissioned to do it all. Demons, abominable. Here at Hebrew Island 2, we ain't about none of that. We condemn all that, point a finger of condemnation at all that. So now to this one little point you said, well, I saw the people, like Sharon said, I went to a congregation and they had, there was couples there and they were mixed and so forth and so on. I'm for Israel, Israel with Israel. But guess what? I'm going to tell you, guess what? Almost 30 years ago, I didn't know I was a Torah Tanakh Israelite. I had a mixed breed woman. So my kids are mixed. But I go by Numbers 1:18. You are the seed of your fathers. A woman is very important, but she's an egg. She's like the soil. You take a seed and you put it in there. If you take apple seeds and you put it in the ground, which is like a motif or analogy of a woman's eggs inside her body, when you take the seed, which is sperm, and put it in the ground, you're going to get apple seeds. You're not going to get apple ground fruit. You're just going to get whatever that seed was, with seed is sperm. And I validate this. They call this mamzers. See, now we're going into a little lesson. And I was getting ready to talk about Nick Cannon and the title of this video. They know who the real Shemites are in the world. See, the major prophet tells us, and I'm not going to go deep on it. I'm going to just go very short on this. If one day maybe I can do it again or whatever, but you got to take scripture with scripture, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. In Isaiah 28, he's a major prophet. He's in the script. He's authorized to tell us how to do things, how to read and interpret the scripture. Who you gonna believe? Me? You over there in this live chat column? Messy-headed Hebrews? Crazy Negroes in the world? Demon heathens? Who you gonna listen to? You know what I'm gonna go with Isaiah, major prophet, on how to interpret scripture. So I told you that because when you look at King Solomon's, and I forgot exactly where, I can get it for you. I can get it like right now. It ain't no problem. I think it's in Kings. I think it's in Kings. I think it's Kings, 1 Kings 12 and 14. I think it's there. I can get it. King Solomon had a son, Rehoboam. Rehoboam? Rehoboam's the king of Israel. Took Solomon's place. Can an authorized heathen be the king of Israel? Really? Like the real king of Israel? No. Guess what? Solomon's, one of his wives, because he had multiple wives, it's not against the law. I know Christianity and some Messianic Hebrews want to say, but it's not. It's not. That's another topic too. Solomon had other wives and concubines, a lot of them. And it's not sin, but he had them. One of his wives was Naamah, Naamah, something like that. Naamah. You trace name, it doesn't matter whether she was a dark-skinned woman. She wasn't an Israelite, point blank, period. Her father's Lamech. That's going down the line of Methuselah to Esau and to Cain. So Solomon's son on his mother's side got that bad genealogy stuff going on. But he's still elected king of Israel, king of Judah, king of... How is that? Why isn't there any scripture? Remember this thing. If you can't find it in the law, you can't find it verified in the prophets, don't just disregard it. So where does it say that that so-called mamzer can't be the king? It disqualifies him. I'm not condoning. Don't get it twisted. My wives, all of them are Negro women, Dominican women. And I have a half-breed one. Father Negro, mother Indian, Dominican, whatever. Numbers 118. I go by the seed of the father, Numbers 118. Because that's what it says in the law. So you have this guy named Jetheth, something like that. Jetheth. I can't, I'm bad with some names. Jetheth. I think it's Judges chapter 12 or 1 Kings 12. One of them two. You know what they did? Israel said, they were bothering them, molesting them, said, you know what? You a half-breed. Your mother is this. We don't want you here. He left. Then Israel had a problem with one of the nations. And then they recalled to mind, they said, yo, that guy Jetheth, we told him to get out of here, but he's a great warrior, commander. We know he knows how to fight and knows how to command armies and stuff. Let's call him back. And you know what he said? He said, you got rid of me. He said, but you know what? And my father's a Hebrew. My father's from the line from you guys. They said, listen, we're sorry. Come fight with us. We'll make you the judge over Israel if you win. He said, I'm going to go pray to the Most High. Most High puts these heathen in my hand. Yes, I'll be the judge of Israel. And he was the judge. He whooped their butts. And how is he getting victory? The scriptures say he went to the Most High. The Most High put these people hand them over in my hands. Most High handed them over in his hands. He became the judge of Israel. His mother is not an Israelite. Numbers 118, go by the seed of the fathers. What? In Deuteronomy 16 in the law. Now, I just took you to Numbers in the law. I'm going to take you to Deuteronomy 16 in the law. It says 3 times a year, all males are supposed to come down and sacrifice or whatever. Why doesn't it say just all Israelites, men and women? Most I've used men and women differently. I know it's not politically correct. Remember, this channel is not a politically correct channel. I love my Hebrew Israelite sisters who love the Most High. But we all still have to stay in our lane. Deuteronomy 16, let 3 times a year during the Moedim, you men, all the men, come down and make a sacrifice. You know why? Because in Ezekiel 34, or 34, 35, 34, 31, Moses said, the flock of my pastor are the men. The sheep of my pastor are men. I'm not being sexist. That's just what the scriptures say. Let's get back to our culture. Our women are just as important, but they have a different role. Just stay in your lane. Listen to the guy, listen to the Most High who made everything. He said, you go over here, you take care of this. You go over here, you take care of this. That's how it's supposed to be. That's why Israel is messed up right now, because we are out of order. We're out of order. So listen, this video is not for this. I gave you Solomon's son, Rehoboam, a king, whose mother is not an Israelite. And don't get it twisted. I never said, oh, go out and do that. Almost 30 years ago, I was married to a heathen woman. Not no more. Divorced from her. And then I had another heathen, because I needed somebody to help me take care of my kids. And I'm not with her either. I'm with Negro women. And one is mixed. And guess what? In my book, she's a full Negro because her father's a Negro. And her grandfather looks like Wesley Snipes. She's very light-skinned, but her father's tan, and her father's tan, and her grandfather and his grandfather look darker than Wesley Snipes with afros and all that stuff. Okay? So I gave you Rehoboam, I gave you Jephthah, and there's many more. This video will be super long. So I'm not saying that not one time go out and get a heathen. And for you women, Sharon and any of the other women, don't think because you're an Israelite and if you married a Chinese or Asian guy or a white guy or some fake Arab guy or whatever, oh, your children are going to know your children are the seed of their father. So they will be just like, what's that reggae guy? He sings, I don't know, I forgot his name. What's his name? The famous reggae guy. I forgot his song. You know who I'm talking about. He's the famous light-skinned reggae guy that died. He got killed. He died. Oh my God, I can't remember. You know, you get those brain freezes. But anyway, his mother's a Negro. His father's a British white man. He's from Jamaica. The reggae guy is from Jamaica. Tell me what's his name, right? I want to know his name. He's the most famous reggae singer. All heathens even love him. I forgot his song. What is it? I don't want to go off of his live stream. So somebody tell me, what's the famous reggae guy? Bob Marley. Yes, Bob Marley. Thank you, Solomon. Bob Marley. Bob Marley has a Negro mother and a British white father. Bob Marley is not an Israelite. He looks like one, but he's not one. And definitely his kids is not one. So for you Hebrew women thinking that, oh, well, man, if he did it, if King Solomon married Nahum, I could marry this guy. Nope. Well, you could. Your kids is going into slavery. They're not Israelites. The seed is sperm and comes from man. And I'm not saying to go with them. That was a mistake. I didn't know. I was a Christian back then. But my son, he loves the Most High. His father is me. Look at this nose. Look at this. This is Negro. Negro. He's an Israelite. If I could do it all over, I would. His mother would be a black woman. His mother would be like Sharon. I didn't know back then. Remember, we're dealing with the devil. They lied to us. Say, do everything you want, anything you want. Back then, I'm just trying to survive, work my job, pay all my bills. Yeah. That's why I have a mean streak. Oppression makes a wise man mad, because they were able to change my mind frame from what it is right now and guide me in the direction that I wouldn't have gone if I know what I know now. Let me see what Sharon's saying. No, I will not marry another nation. However, we study out the wicked kings of Israel. Most of them were mingled. But what I'm telling you, of course, what I'm telling you though, and this is Sharon, this is just reality. You know, the thing is, they don't put, you know, if they put everything in the Tanakh would be from the ground of earth to the moon, which is not a rock, it's plasma, it's a light, it's the firmament lights. It looks like a rock, but it's not, right? It would be that much. They don't put everything in it. But you know, King David and Solomon and stuff like that, they were given women, you know, for treaties and all that. And they all weren't Hebrew Israelite women. They were women of the world. Possessions, you know. So let's don't get on that topic, okay? That's why I don't try to get on that topic. You know, it's touchy to some and whatever. But here, my stance is, I can tell you that. I will show you the photos. I got Negroes, okay? And the world kind of made me not like Negro women. They too mouthy, they talk too much, they have too much damn attitude. You know, brothers on here, am I exaggerating? That's what they've taught me. And then I see some of it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want that. We can get one of these other women that's more docile. Because woman is just a woman. That's what I thought. That's a long time ago. I can't erase the past. I can change the future of what I do today, how I think today, how I act today. Hebrew on Hebrew. That's what I view. But anyway, they can't. It's just, listen, and this is not, and Sharon, don't take this, or anybody else, don't take this as a woman bashing YouTube channel, because it's not. And you can see, look through my channel, you don't see no videos about that. Somebody just threw something out and we're having conversation, so I'm just talking right now. And anyways, making the video more interesting. The seed is from the father. The seed is sperm. I know they say, but it's a mixture of the man and woman. Yeah, you get traits and stuff like that, but the seed is sperm. It's what the baby is. The egg is a little incubator the sperm tries to get into, boop, and then he's drinking or she's drinking milk and getting warm and getting vitamins and stuff like that. That's why they kill us. So that's why the laser focus is on the man. That's why the same thing in Egypt. Kill the men child. Why didn't they say just kill all the women? You know why didn't they say kill all the women in Egypt? Because they know that if they left the men, if they kill off all the Egyptian women, all they have to do, a Hebrew man, all he has to do is like start talking to an Egyptian woman, go like, yo, what's up, sweet thing? How you doing? You know, I'm an Israelite, and I know you probably look down on me, but I'm a good guy, whatever. You know, it's okay, I'll go with you. And he pops out another Israelite. Whether it's a mixed Israelite or not, it's still an Israelite. I'm just reading. Listen, I love I love chocolate. I love Israelite chocolate. So you don't got a dog in a fight with me, okay? You don't have, I don't know what this guy's saying. This guy, Solomon, is in there. No clue. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to see what he's saying. Nah, hold on. Brother, can you address my last comment? Well, this video, listen, I can give you my email, or you can comment on the video, and then I can go in, because I went like very far out of the video. The video is they know that we're the Shemites, the real Shemites of the world, and now we're talking about women and concubines and sperm. It's crazy. I don't know who you are, Alana Davis Solomon, but um, really, the Most High never wanted us to mix our seed. Yes, yes, in the law. Yes, in the law, of course. That's why we had to have prophets. But listen, we don't need to go. We don't really want to go there with that stuff. But you go in there a little bit. So I'm just going to just say something. When you look in the law, what is it? In Deuteronomy 21:20, says, when the Israelites go into war and the Most High hands the heathens over, he didn't say hand the Israelites over. He said, hand the heathens over to you. If you see a beautiful woman there, you could take her and wife her up. It's called booty. Not the booty down there. That's a booty too. But it's called booty like pirates. Booty is the treasure you get. And the treasure was you can take the kids, the children, the women, and the cattle. It's in Deuteronomy 20. When you read Deuteronomy 21, when they're going to war, somebody said, well, you're not in war now. Yes, look at the $20 bill. We in war with these niggas. And they're the niggas. Okay, the heathens. We in war with them. The Israelites don't want to be in war with them. That's the problem. They're killing you. They stole everything from you, from your heritage to everything you have and own, your mind. They stole your women. They stole everything. You're at war with them. You're just scared. Work on this. Work on this. And mostly work on this. So you can remove the fear from you, so you won't be scared to talk. I ain't telling you to blah, 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 blah with them, but just tell them the truth. Deuteronomy 21, paraphrasing, this is not what this video is about, is when you go to war, see a damsel that you like, didn't say see an Israelite that you like, see a damsel that you like, you can marry her. It's in the law. You guys don't read it, you don't know. I'm telling you, but this video is not about this. Again, here at Hebrew on Island 2, I'm for Hebrew on Hebrew. My wives are Hebrew on Hebrews, or concubines, whatever you want to call them, or Hebrews on Hebrews. That's a whole nother thing, too. I don't call my wives wives. I call them concubines. You know why? Because I pray for, if I make the kingdom, my Proverbs 31 wife in the kingdom. Because here on this earth, they ain't really no Proverbs 31 women. The requirement of a Proverbs 31 woman is not to have been married, only to be married to her Hebrew husband, not to have any boyfriends at 12, 13, 14 years old, not to be doing some stuff with your mouth at 12, 13, 14 years old, having sex, boom, 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 at 13, 14, 15, 18 years old, 21, having a whole bunch of line of boyfriends, kissing and touching and doing a whole bunch of stuff. That's not a Proverbs 31 woman. Having baby daddies, a line of baby daddies, or one. That's all you need is one. All you need is one experience using your mouth or whatever the case may be. You're not that Proverbs 31 woman. So there's really no Proverbs 31 woman. 1% of the women probably out here are good, like in the sense of a Proverbs 31 woman. I'm not saying those women that had a crazy divorce from a heathen or Israelite or whatever, you're not supposed to, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying you're a harlot or a bad woman. Or somebody had a baby daddy, didn't work out or whatever, you had to leave, whatever. But still in all, the requirement is already broken. The requirement is already broken. A lot of women today think that they're that Proverbs 31 woman. They're not that Proverbs 31 woman. That's a woman of one man. And I don't even blame our women. I blame the demon heathens and their Luciferian society, their queendom. I blame them because they put out to the world that you can do whatever you want. You can live any way you want, and it's okay. And then all women trying to follow these heathen women in their feminist movement and say, I don't need a man. I'm a strong black woman. What are you following? Them, the devil, or your script? It's out of order. When a woman gets a job, now she's a strong black woman, she got money, college, whatever. I don't need a man. That's what the feminist movement taught our women, and they love it still today in 2020. So they're having a bunch of baby daddies. They're having a lot of one-night stands. They're having boyfriends, and they just don't have a boyfriend that they're going to drink lattes at Starbucks. They're going in bedrooms and kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. So you're not a whore. You're not a prostitute. You're a woman. You're a good woman, but you're not that Proverbs 31 woman. So there's not Proverbs 31 women. These women, they got Christianity in their mind. Well, yeah, I'm reading the Bible a lot. I'm doing this a lot, and I'm down with the Most High. Yeah, and you are not a Proverbs 31 woman. You had 12 boyfriends when you were 12, 13, 14 years old. When you're in junior high and high school, you had a whole bunch of boyfriends, and you just wasn't going to Dunkin' Donuts, eating sprinkle donuts together. You were going to his house, your house, or in a car or whatever. Kaboom, kaboom. So you don't do that now. Okay, you're still a good person, but you're not that Proverbs 31 woman. So I don't look at my wives, I call them concubine wives, baby daddies. They didn't know. I don't blame them totally. I blame the one who made this demonic system. But still in all, that's what you got. So we're going to be picking little things with this one, and but this and that. We got to read the whole thing in context, factor everything in, like Isaiah said, precept upon precept, line upon line, and here a little, there a little. Deuteronomy 20, that's the Lord. Deuteronomy 21, you hear that stuff. So why is that even in there? And then you got King David receiving women, adding more women when he goes to Jerusalem, adding more women when he's leaving Hebron and doing this and doing that, and Solomon getting gifts and all this stuff like that, because he views women differently. Heathen women, they're slaves. They're just that. But Hebrew women are viewed differently too. They are under the male. That's it. They're important. They're over the heathens, but there's a pecking order. And a lot of women today are not down with that. So listen, guys, you got me off a topic. The video is, now that guy that came in my video before and said, why don't you get to the point or whatever? Well, I'm blaming you guys this time because you throw little comments and maybe I shouldn't read those side comments on the live chat. So listen, I know this thing is touchy to some of you guys. Listen, King David had 300 wives. I don't know how many concubines. He has the only standing title still today. King David's coming back as the man after the Most High's heart. There's nowhere in the scripture it condemns a man having another wife, as long as he's taking care of them and doing as the scripture says. Like what is in Exodus, I think it's 22. It says if a man adds another wife, he can't detract from the things and time he gives the first one. Listen, they don't read that in Christianity. They don't read that in Messianic Hebrewism, like I.U.I.C. and stuff like that. But it's there. It's in the law. I'm not even talking about the Nevi'im and Ketuvim. I'm talking about inside the law. It's there. When you get to that point, let's read over that. Let's read the other chapter. But this video wasn't for that. This video is not a YouTube channel to down Israelite women. I love Israel women. I only want to be with them. So hopefully maybe I answer your question, one of you guys that had that question. But that's not the topic at hand. Here at Hebrew on the Island, I support my Negro Hebrew Israelite sisters. They are the most beautiful, sexiest creatures ever made. So you don't got to fight. You don't have a dog in this fight, okay? Back in the old days, my mind was confused. Some of these people know my mind was confused. Don't blame me 100%. Mrs. Sharon, don't blame me 100%. I have the world demons forging my thought patterns. And they did you too. You can lie and say, oh, no, I was always a Torah and I know the first 5 books back in my hand. No, you didn't. You're a liar. Okay? But I can tell you now, I try to get on the straight and narrow. I'm not perfect. I have my version of perfection, but I'm trying. And I encourage other people. And what I said today is scripture. It's not what I want it to be. It's just what it is. So for the record, for the verbal record here at Hebrew on Island 2, the best situation is Hebrew on Hebrew. So hopefully we put this to rest here. I already told you about mamzers. Even though it's not, Solomon's son and David, some of his sons and all of them, listen, let's don't get sidetracked. Can't find it in scripture, just disregard it. We have bigger fishes to fry. Let's stay on the same page. Let's read the same memo. Here at Hebrew on Island 2, fear the Most High and keep his commandments. Israel, separate from them. That is my mantra on this channel. We need to separate from these heathens. But I know financially and societally it's kind of hard right now. We have to wait on the Most High, but he's getting ready to hit the switch. I don't know if you can feel it. Where I live at now, they're going to be voting in Congress to do this corona thing back up, but make it a 24-hour thing that you can't leave 24 hours a day. It's crazy. We're living in the end times. So we got bigger fishes to fry. Let's don't be picking. Let's talk about this topic. Well, I'm mad at that nigger. He said this. And he was like this. Remember, some of you guys haven't shed your Christianity out of your mind. I know some of you think you shed it all out, but you really haven't. But we're not going, you don't bother me by what you said. I know me and I'm not that. Wait, listen, you do what you do. It doesn't concern me. Okay, listen. Sisters, I love you. Understand, I love you and I'm for Israel. I'm for the building and the betterment of Israel. I'm just answering some questions that these people are asking me here. And yes, I am off a topic. So let's get back to the topic at hand. And I'm giving you a preview. Stay tuned for that next video that comes out. It may be a day or 2 or 3 from now, but I'm in the process of writing it. And it's going to be it's nothing about what we just talked about. So you can forget about that. Don't worry. It ain't nothing that you guys talk about. I wasn't bringing it up. It's going to be a little nerve-wracking to some of you. So stay tuned. Now let's get back to the video. The video was called, let me see if I can remember. Oh, they know that we are the Shemites. They know that we are real Shemites. So you got Nick Cannon, and I'm showing you this video because they like to paste and cut, and they cut out a lot of his words. But then when you watch other videos of his, that he's apologizing already, saying, I need to apologize. I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. We all need to work together, because they're not our leaders. They curtail to our enemies, to the Most High's adversaries. So they're not, but I still like what he said though. So let's hear like the full cut of what he said, not from the traditional news. And the reason why, again, I'm showing you this is because the ones that own all the media outlets, all types, from television, the internet, your phone, whatever, newspaper, periodicals, they know it all. They're the ones that set the mood for the world, the fashion trends, the mental trends for the world. They know who we are. They fired Nick Cannon from his show for those words. and he brought it close. Not fully, because he's into everything. Egyptology, Islam, this, and that. That's why you can't go with them guys. But they know who we are. And a lot of people watched his videos where he got terminated. So a lot more people, and we pray that a lot more people eyes get open, come to the truth of the scriptures. So now let's watch it, and we'll bring this to a close today. I think this was a spicy video that I didn't intend, and it was longer than I expected. I didn't expect it to be that long. Hold on, let me get to it. Let's watch it, and you see, and rejoice, because these things are going on in the world now at an alarming rate, and they're happening at an alarming rate, and we just need more of it coming, because that means the end is coming. Cancer, Mama, and man, yep, he's a loved one. And that, Habakkuk, you're exactly correct with that. See, Nick Cannon showed by his apologies, rapid apologies, that his societal success, his financial bottom line is more important. So he'll go back and lead the sheep, the Israelites, astray again. Not here at Hebron Island too. Let's check it out. Let's see if you can hear it. This was on the Breakfast Club, 105 and Park, or whatever it's called. I don't like them guys, but you want to know what? That guy that calls himself whatever, the Charlemagne the God, crazy guy. I know he's like, he got some feminine tendencies going on, but I like the way he spoke up. He did some real talk, you know? And that's where our people fail. That's why I said these rich people are not our leaders. The political people are not our leaders. The sports guys are not our leaders. The rap stars, the movie stars, none of these people are our leaders. The leaders are the ones that read and study the Torah and Tanakh, who knows that there's only one Elohim. That's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And here we go. Nick Cannon. Here we go. Listen. Hold on.
Well, Nick Cannon has been trending since yesterday, and that's because of his most recent episode of his YouTube show, Cannon's Class. And they are saying that he is anti-Semitic and that he has bizarre racial theories. He was talking with Professor Griff, former Public Enemy figure, who also was kicked out of Public Enemy for making similar claims in an interview then. Here is what Nick Cannon had to say about Black people being the true Hebrews.
When we go as deep as the Rothschild, centralized banking, the bloodlines that control everything, even outside of America. When we talk about the people who, if we were truly the children of Israel, and we're defining who the Jewish people are, because I feel like if we actually can understand that construct, then we can see that there is no hate involved. When we talk about the lies, the deceit, how the fake dollar controls all of this, then maybe we can get to the reason why they wanted to silence you, why they wanted to silence Minister Farrakhan, and they want to throw that. We are having hate speech when it's never hate speech, when it's not. You can't be anti-Semitic when we are the Semitic people, when we are the same people that they want to be. That's our birthright.
Here's the thing, right? We all have freedom of speech, but we're not free of the consequences of that speech. Every time we open our mouths on radio, podcast, TV, to have those types of conversations, it's a good chance we might offend someone. And even though we are free to say what we want, the people we are talking about have the freedom to respond how they want to respond. This is how they chose to respond, by firing Nick Cannon. That's what you can do.
Well, we didn't
have power. And if it's
I want to play the next part of what he had to say about white people. That was also trending. Here's what else he said.
The people that don't have it are a little less in where the term actually comes from, because I'm bringing it all the way back around to Minister Farrakhan, to where they may not have the compassion when they were sent to the mountains of Caucasus, when they didn't have the power of the sun, that the sun then started to deteriorate them. So then they're acting out of fear. They're acting out of low self-esteem. So therefore, the only way that they can act is evil.
Exactly.
So then these people who didn't have what we had, and when I say we, I speak of the melanated people.
Right.
They had to be savages.
Now, see, that's a whole different conversation, though, because to sit here and act like white people don't have a history of mass racial violence in this country is just inaccurate. There's a long list of mass racial violence, savagery, if you want to call it, murder, whatever you want to call it, from white people on damn near everybody in this country. Racial violence has been a distinct part of this country since 1660, and that's a fact. And I don't even have to begin to run down the long list of violent, murderous, savage acts from white people in this country. I would just encourage you all to go to blackpast.org, and look at all the racial violence folks have experienced at the hands of white people. So that part of the conversation, that's a whole different, that's a whole different conversation.
But then we also have a conversation to say that we need our own platform so we can speak on our own platform. So like you said, if we don't own a platform, if somebody has a problem with what we say or don't like what we say or feels offended, they can let us go at any given point.
That was still his YouTube talk show. Well, here's what Viacom CBS had to say. They released a statement. And, he's the chairman of Teen Nick. Of course, he has Wildin' Out also. That's all Viacom. They said Viacom CBS condemns bigotry of any kind, and we categorically denounce all forms of anti-Semitism. We have spoken with Nick Cannon about an episode of his podcast, Cannon's Class on YouTube, which promoted hateful speech and spread anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. While we support ongoing education and dialogue in the fight against bigotry, we are deeply troubled that Nick has failed to acknowledge or apologize for perpetuating anti-Semitism, and we are terminating our relationship with him.
Listen, Nick is my guy. I hate it had to be him, but that's what you can do when you have the power. And if it's one thing Jewish people have showed us is they have the power. I can't wait until the day black people are able to fire people for saying things about us that we deem racist. We can barely get cops fired for actually killing us. They fired Nick for referencing a theory written by a psychologist, on racism. Also, though, if you're going to have that conversation, have it with a Jewish scholar. Have it with a rabbi. Have it with someone from that community. So anything you say that's not accurate, they can correct you. So when you say something that they deem anti-Semitic, they can correct you. To me, that's how you avoid things like this from happening.
That's why you don't listen to them
I was
guys.
having a discussion with
Don't
Jasmine
even
from
talk
the
to them.
Jasmine brand, and we were talking about Mel Gibson and how he still works a lot in Hollywood, despite a lot of things that he said about Jewish people also in the past.
He got his ass whipped too, though. He did get his ass. I agree with you. He still is working, but he did get his ass whipped. And Nick's still working too. Like Nick still got Fox, and he still got he got his talk show coming on Fox. He still got his radio show with out in L.A.
Does he own Wildin' Out though? I wonder if he owns the Wildin' Out. Is that his? So if they let him go, does Viacom keep that, or does he?
All right, listen. I ain't gonna say anymore. That's what I wanted you to hear, because if you watch one of those videotapes from the actual news, they don't put all that in because they don't want to say Negroes, or they don't want to hear from Nick Cannon saying the Negroes are the Shemites, we're the real Israelites, et cetera, et cetera. They don't want to hear any of that. So that's what I wanted you to see. And I don't even want to waste your time with, they're going to read his apology and all that stuff like that. Because, I tell you, these are not our leaders. They are for the dollar. So anyway, this was a long video. A spicy one too. And anyway, my computer is running out of battery. I want to upload this. I love Negro women only, Israelite women. I love you guys. I pray for you guys all the time. Let's pray to the Most High that he makes Israel renowned in the earth again. This is my preview also. Stay tuned. The next day, 2, 3 days, or whatever, when I get my thing done, it will be great. It's not. I don't mean great. The reason why I just say great is because I'm looking at my batteries getting ready to die, and I want to upload this successfully. You're gonna like this video because this is gonna get down to the nitty gritty of where you are on the fence. This is the New Year's from Israel. Hebrew on the island too. Until next time.